Well, in its bid to generate appropriate revenues for the government, the Nigeria Mining Cadastre Office, which is responsible for the management and administration of mineral titles in the country, says it plans to revoke more unutilized titles this year. The Director General of the agency, Obadiah Nkom, disclosed this at the 63rd session of the State House Ministerial Briefing at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He says over 3,000 titles were revoked in the last 12 months. Nigeria has also started issuing licenses for the mining of lithium. The agency says it has witnessed tremendous legal, institutional, and technological development since its inception.
Members of press are saying that if we are looking for revenue generation, how do we balance revoking those people? So what is our primary concern? Our primary concern is to ensure that the rightful people are holding those licenses, not the wrong people holding those licenses. And that is why we have the principle, which is international. You use it or lose it. We give you the license. If you don't use it, we go through the provisions of the Act. And the primary aim of government, as much as, yes, we need revenue, but to be able to now ensure that we develop the sector. There are other big-time companies that come, and then you find out that some of these pockets of areas that are rich, people are holding those titles and not doing anything, or they for one reason or the other. So we ensure that we implement the angle of use it or lose it.
Right, we're joined now by the Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Olamilekan Adegbite. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always a delight to have you on News Night. Lithium, lithium, lithium. That seems to be the new buzzword in Nigeria, and I'm sure it's like every other day we make new discoveries of, precious metals, minerals, and all of that. But then again, how do you ensure that at the end of the day, there's value addition for the average Nigerian? And by the way, how much are we expecting from this lithium? How much of it do we have in Nigeria? And what will it add to our GDP that's around over $400 billion?
Well, thank you so much for having me again. Yes, we do have lithium, but sincerely, we do not have an exact figure. You know the way it is with minerals. You do what you call area survey. It gives you indication. The geologists can interpret how the metals, how the reflection and all that. All these, their data. And they tell you this particular metal is associated with this kind of formation in the ground. But until you begin to do, actually go on the ground and start doing boreholes before you can now do reserve estimation, which is what I said sometime back, and I've said that at several fora. President Muhammadu Buhari gave us money to do that. That's what we call the NIMEP. Because you see, it's a risky venture. You go somewhere, yes, there's lithium there, but in what quantum? The cost of finding out what quantum is there might actually outweigh the value that's down there. So that's a risk. If you do that, it's a loss already. So a lot of players, especially the big players, they avoid the risk. That's why they want government to de-risk the sector. You said, we have lithium in this locality. We'll go there and do our boreholes,
Yeah, but we're hearing figures like 10 billion tons, discovered in about 14 states in Nigeria.
Sincerely, I think a lot of people bandy, I won't come here and bandy words. We've done some investigation under NIMEP, and those minerals that we targeted, we have data on them. But I've said it before, we had only $50 million to do that. And in fact, the area covered in Nigeria is less than 2-3% with that kind of money. So it tells you the kind of fund that you need to do proper investigation and de-risk the sector is a lot of money. But once de-risked, people rush in. Now people have found out, even from the data that we have, in the areas that we have done, people are coming to come and take those data. They come in, they buy the data, and they take licenses, and then they started work.
Talking about licenses, you announced that Nigeria turned down Tesla's, offer to come in, explore and export lithium. And one will wonder why you did that. But today we are told by the DG of the cadastre office that we are issuing licenses already for lithium. So who are those companies, and under what conditions are they being licensed if Nigeria could turn down Tesla?
You see, I think the Tesla issue is being misinterpreted. Yes, they approached me. I said that was January last year, 2022, in Saudi Arabia. And they said they're interested in our lithium. And I said, yes, please do come. But I put a proviso. You cannot export the raw ore. You must process. And of course, our policy is process. But I gave them, look, go the whole hog and produce battery in Nigeria. That's the proviso I gave them. So everybody is not just limited to lithium. The policy that we have now, every mineral in Nigeria must have some sort of beneficiation before you take it out. So it doesn't stop us from giving license. Even if they had come, we'll have given them the license, but they would not have been able to export it in the raw form.
I see.
Right.
So that's the issue. If you come today, you want a lithium license, we'll tell you our policy. It's there. You know. You can still go ahead and take that and take the license. But what it means is that you must do a local beneficiation processing.
And what would that local beneficiation mean?
I mean,
They create jobs. It adds value. You see.
What are the specifics that you're asking? What's the
No,
criteria?
let me tell you this. Recently in the news, I think it's Kaduna State government is partnering with some Chinese people to build a lithium processing plant. And I think I've said it here before. Even the federal government, the post-COVID money given to us, we use it as demonstration centers. We have built processing centers ourselves. In Bauchi, you have Keolin. In Kogi, it's a gold smelter. In Ebonyi, we have lead processing. In Ogodia, Cross River for South-South, we have for barite. And then, of course, we have the gemstone market, which is going to do processing, polish and all the hard value to the gold. And, of course, for Kano, it's for gold trade. So what we've done is to say, look, we are putting our money where our mouth is. We are doing demonstration centers for processing. So all the people, the cluster around Bauchi that are producing kaolin, and they were exporting in the raw form, we have given them a place to go to. Please don't export in the raw form again. Take it there. They can either process for you, pay a fee, and then you take it back and sell. Or you sell it to the processor, who will process and then sell on the water.
Yeah, but how much of a game changer really for the economy? Annually. Take lithium alone, for example. How much is it expected to contribute to Nigeria's GDP in a way that would really excite us, that I could actually leave my day job and go look for a license?
Well, you see, it will depend on how much you put in. You see, it's what you put in that you get out. That's it. If you invest heavily, look, a lot of people are actually mining lithium now. You hear stories, they are doing illegal mining. Most of these people are artisanal miners. They're not illegal miners. A lot of Nigerians will just say, illegal. And I think I've explained it before. A few Nigerians that are doing subsistence mining, for their living, they're not illegal. What we're trying to do is to organize them so that we can have better flow. Right. They are not contributing to the economy really, because they mine, they sell and all that. But they are not actually illegal, so long as they are Nigerians who are doing this in an artisanal form.
Great. I like that you brought in that explanation of artisanal miners. And I want to use Zimbabwe as an example, because Zimbabwe went all out to ban completely export of lithium. However, it also banned artisanal miners because it says those artisanal miners are exporting it as well through the borders. So in Nigeria, what are you doing in that instance? Yes, they are not illegal, but artisanal miners mining lithium, how do you ensure they are not exporting? While the big guys, you are making sure they have some sort of, benefits for Nigerians by processing here.
Well, what we're doing with the artisanal, because you see, when you talk artisanal, their production is so small. So people who buy from the artisanals, who actually smuggle out of the country, they're not the artisanal miners. The artisanal miner is somebody doing something in his local area, maybe, within
Into drops of water make an ocean. It doesn't work in
I'm coming. I'm building this case. You see, it has this little value. That volume will know, you can't even export that. Nobody's going to buy that from you. You have some people who go around, who aggregate this and collect it. These are the people who are saying you can no longer take it out. Now, we are coming to another territory. How do we police the borders? We are doing that. We are working with all the people that are responsible for this to make sure. Look, this is something that is bulky. You can't take a handbag of lithium and say you want to go and sell. That will not fetch you anything. So you have to take it out in containers.
Okay.
Container is not something you can just put on your head or put under your garment and take out of the country. You have to go through the pots.
Okay, great. Before we let you go, there's this other mineral. I don't know what to call it. Is it mineral? Is it a metal? Californium. I hear that in places like Borno State, for example, it's huge, and the value is it's mind-boggling. 27 million per gram. What can you really tell us about that?
We're discovering more and more minerals every day in Nigeria. Nigeria is so blessed, and that's what I'm saying. Even when we say, oh, since we've been banding the number 44, we've discovered some more. I know, because it's the more exploration you do, the more you discover. So we have, in fact, during NIMEP, we were actually looking for, we targeted some minerals, 5 of them. We started finding other things. You know, we were doing limestone, we were doing barite and all that. But in the process of looking at those particular minerals, we came across other minerals. You know, titanium, we came across copper, you know, cobalt, gold. So when you're looking for a particular thing, you find something else. So Nigeria, we keep discovering new minerals every day. But you see, it remains just that unless you develop them. They do not contribute to the wealth of the nation unless you develop them. You need to develop those minerals. And how do you develop them? Somebody needs to come and exploit them. It starts with exploration, then actual building the mine, and then process it.
Yeah, but are you making it attractive for these investors to come in, whether local or, you know, foreign
investors? A lot of investors are coming in. The forum I was telling you about is called Future Minerals Forum. Saudi government hosted. The first one was January of last year, 2020, when I met the Tesla people. They had another one this year, which I just came back from in Riyadh. It's a 3-day affair. And more and more people are interested. They want to come to Nigeria. You know, we're right there now on the map. You know, we're talking about minerals in Nigeria. Nigeria is not just oil and gas, but oil and gas. We have minerals. So people are getting interested. And look, some people are already here. They started developing. I've told you a few of them. Right. They are there. Some people are working in even in Abuja here. They're doing gold. Some people are working in Nasarawa. They're doing lead. Some people are working in Oshu. It's all over. But I'm talking of, at least you call them the junior companies. But these are companies that are organized. They pay the proper royalty to government. They employ workers. One of them employs over 1,500 people in the employment. They have about over 1,500 people who are paying taxes to the government in that area. Okay. They are payee and all that.
I mean, Minister, you are the experts in this regard, because analysts have said, you know, banning of the export of lithium and given these conditions may not favor anyone really, because the prices of lithium, yes, may go up, which is good for countries that have them. However, in the long run, the final production of goods that is used for may affect everybody. But let me ask, when you say people are already here, they say it costs a lot of money to establish those processing plants, multi-billion-dollar plants. So when you say we have them already, what exactly are you referring to? Do we have those multi-billion-dollar plants like what Tesla would need to produce in Nigeria? Also, some will, you know, draw your attention when you say a trailer cannot leave Nigeria undetected. They will quickly remind you of what is happening in the oil and gas industry, where Nigeria's oil is being stolen on a daily basis in millions of barrels, and it leaves the shores of this country undetected.
I don't want to dabble into oil and gas.
It's just a comparison.
That is in the realm of speculation. How it leaves, whether it leaves, and all that. You can hear from different angles. I've had different stories about that, but that's not why we're here today.
That's what I'm saying. Lithium can also leave Nigeria undetected. But you are saying, are you assuring Nigerians it is not living undetected? Can you assure Nigerians that lithium is not living?
We are trying our best to make sure it does not leave without the proper authorization. And it's a bit difficult to do that. Because number one, yes, for petroleum products and all that, maybe okay, you want to sell to the neighboring country, and then you can just drive across the border.
Yes.
But lithium is not that.
Zimbabwe to South Africa is being done.
No, Zimbabwe to South Africa, they just drive across the border.
Exactly.
No, but in this case, you're not taking it to Benin. Nobody wants to use their lithium in Benin. Okay. You want to export to Europe, you want to export to China and all that.
Well,
so going through that, and then we're working with those other state governments as well. You know, because that's another thing that we're doing. There's an African forum of ministers, you know, trying to like defend each other. You know, Niger government, we're talking with them. The minister from Niger is a lady who met at Saudi Arabia, and we're talking about, look, if people are bringing things in Niger illegally, and we can support each other and vice versa. Same thing, I was talking with a Guinean minister, and this is, within Africa, we're talking to ourselves.
Okay.
So to prevent all this, to take it out, you actually need to take it by sea. And then to do that in Nigeria, you need an organized port. So I think it's going to be a bit more difficult to smuggle.
And processing plants?
When you consider,
for processing plant, I was going to say, that depends on capacity. I told you government has built plants that are less than, $1 billion that was used to build these plants. So look, and like I told you, they are demonstration plant. My plant can have a capacity for maybe 1,000 grams a day, and somebody might also want to build a capacity of 1 million grams a day. The cost will vary.
Okay.
So that's what's happening. What we've done, with government money, is to do what you can call demonstration plant, and they're there where you can process. But it's a demonstration because investors can come in and see the possibility. Because we cannot, even as of now, satisfy local market with what we've done.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, we're hearing that this lithium high grade in Nigeria is
yes,
a hot
it's high
cake.
grade. It's hot cake. And you want to leave your day job, please do come.
Minister,
you have to come as a corporate, not as an individual.
Thank you so much.
We don't give license to individuals.
Minister,
it has to be corporate.
I am a body corporate.
Minister of Mines and Steel, she still works with the Rise News. Minister of Mines and Steel, Adegbite, thank you so much for being on News Night. We do appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is mine.